statistically
First,
supposed to win. You should pick them.
first, Dan, I will restructure my question, and then appropriately
What's
restructure
this
my
red
answer.
outline stuff?
Everyone's.
Is that a new? Is that like a
No,
bug?
it's-
Is that a bug?
I think it might be a bug.
But that's like the coolest looking bug I've seen.
I think there's a command to fix it, but I don't know what it is myself. So I'm not that tier of nerd.
Interesting.
Knives are happening.
Yeah.
I just got my knife back from Dan. My Damascus steel karambit. Glorious.
But yeah, the thing is, of course, you know, Titan are the underdogs here. There's no question about that. Fnatic statistically will win, but there is the inherent degree of variance in best of ones because of the way that the pistol round dynamic works, and of course the way the economy works with the gameplay in Counter-Strike. So that you know, that's always something that can work in favor of the underdogs in this best of one format. But Fnatic, they're going to be starting off on the T side, Titan on the CT side. So very curious to see if we're going to see this, what is very commonly played out as your T round pistol, which is the drop play, and just trying to barrel a lot of players through drop and try to take position very quickly in those close ranges with the Glocks. But Fnatic, they're going down middle so far with the bulk of the players, so they might just go for A. They do have a player by drop who might be trying to harass, or it's actually Olofmeister. And look at this very fast rotation from Titan already. All 4 players on A bomb site.
Olofmeister has taken down Existence, but let's see. Ooh, it seems that this is all interesting. Fnatic seem to be rotating, maybe rotating back towards B bomb site. Olofmeister's finding more frags there, and Titan find themselves stuck in no man's land in the connector area as Fnatic once again re-emerge towards A. So this has been a complete disaster so far for Titan on the pistol round. Only RPK surviving, manages to get 1 kill, but that's going to be that.
Yeah, so that was really cool actually. Obviously they left Olof as the lurk there, but for them to pretty much straight away make that call, just to say, okay, wait, Olof's got a pick. There's no reason why we can't just rotate backwards here. And then Titan, they're just completely confused as to what's going on. So that's pretty rough. And we're going to see the Sawn-Off from JW. I think he was the first guy that we really saw bring the Sawn-Off frequently into a couple matches.
Yeah, definitely was, and what fun it was to witness. So he's going to have... Ooh, Existence is back. Finds a trade killer as well before they can even figure that out. How much more money can he make? Not that much. Now it's in the hands of Smiths. This is a good opportunity actually for Titan to try and make some money, and Fnatic will really have to be careful, especially with that smoke down. Smith has a smoke to boot. Shock's going for the flank. Existence finding the frags towards B. 3 versus 2, and again that's one of it's going to be lost by Smiths actually, but otherwise it could have been real nasty. Shock's caught on the flank, and things will go back in favour of Fnatic. Crimson Olof to clean things up. It was an expensive round, however.
Yeah, so now Titan in with an eco, but as you said, it's pretty expensive rounds, and they picked up some money from the bonuses, so they're going for almost a complete full eco, and I really like this. We're only going to see 2 P250, so Titan going with a very minimal investment of $600 basically. So Fnatic just have to make sure that they use this opportunity to build some bank, because they're going to need it as soon as Titan have picked up those weapons. And there we go. Already JW is going to be using that Sawn-Off once again to open up drop zone. Exactly what it's designed to do, and he's making a lot of money here. 3 kills straight away with the Sawn-Off, and we've got Smiths there using that plant pot. Is actually going to be able to pick up the kill onto JW, so that's a nice consolation. But I think that is totally fine there. You know, JW of course picking up 3 kills with that Sawn-Off. That's a lot of extra cash. As you guys can see, $8,800. He's actually going to pick up another Sawn-Off. That's really interesting. He's just and that's such a cheap investment, and of course that tells us that he's going to go drop again, because there's not very much else in the way of an approach that you can have with a Sawn-Off, due to the fact that the range is absolutely atrocious. So Titan need to get something done with this buy. They do have a decent amount of grenades, considering that they were very economically minded with their previous buys. Now we are going to have Titan is playing a standard setup at the moment. They're quite passive towards A, just waiting to see what Fnatic are going to go for. And it looks like once again they want to get the harassment in towards B. And they haven't pushed anyone towards A for any map control play, so this might start to give Titan an idea that they are really biasing that B side of the map have RPK just by the smoke. This is very, very dangerous game, especially JW lurking with that sawn off. He's trying to get the jumps in there. Oh, there you go. Pronax will go down. Excellent angle found by RPK. And now Fnatic might have to make a move. They're running out of time, and now they're running out of players as well.
45 seconds and yet to breach either site. No flank coming in from Titan just yet, but they're firmly holding on to things. RPK trying to hold things down in the drop zone, but he's going to get traded by JW. Can they capitalize on this? Jumping into the drop zone is one Fnatic player, but he's unable to make it happen. Only Flusher now versus 4, and it's a question of if he goes to save or if he's going to try and do what damage he can and then fall to his opponents, because if he dies after the clock, he doesn't get any money, which means he will have all his items lost and nothing to buy with. So again, he will go in and try and get some damage done. One player taken down for Titan. Still early days, and Fnatic are in the lead for Titan's first round on the board here.
Yeah, so that was quite interesting. You know, that Fnatic were just waiting around for so long and just waiting out the smokes, not really doing all that much, kind of allowing Titan to find little edges here and there, and that's exactly what they did. So I would like to see something more proactive from Fnatic, and they have all the ability to do so. And we will see the classic Olafmeister here, I would suppose. He's going towards the B platform, whilst the rest of his team go towards A-Long. And we do have 2 players from Titan who are actually set up by A-Long. We have a very, very close
Closer than close.
It could be a close engagement here, as Maniac is nearby. Now this is really...
It's a very aggressive
really
hold.
close, yeah. This is kind of nuts.
You can see Maniac just trying to keep a close eye on the underpass area. This is quite different to the kind of hold we've seen from other teams on Cbble, but they're going to be forced to retreat eventually. Shox tagged through the smoke to 16 HP. Maybe it's a timing thing as well to make sure they don't get overwhelmed as desperation maybe sets into the T side. Again, yet to take significant map control here. Olafmeister once again trying to harass towards B, but his teammates are about to push A.
And so many people know how Olafmeister plays. If you're a top team, you look at how Olafmeister plays positions like that, and he's actually going to go down, so this is really excellent by Titan. They're also defending A-Long pretty marvelously so far. The pop flash goes in for Maniac to get himself almost 2 in a row, and it's just JW who's left. And to be honest, he needs to really think about trying to save this and do maybe try to get some sneaky damage, but that said, there's 15 seconds left, so he's just going to hightail it out of there and keep his AWP in his hands for now.
So Titan are doing a good job of not getting picked early, which it seems it's what Fnatic are looking for. You know, they're putting bodies in various places, and Titan making good reads at the moment. Again, that was a really nice hold of the A-Long area, and Fnatic basically, it was almost a line across the middle of the map where they were unable to cross without taking huge unfavorable gambles. So Titan string 2 rounds together, this time surviving with more players, but their economy, as you can see, is still looking precious for the time being. Fnatic going for the force on the remaining players. We've got Crims just on the Deagle, Pronax on the Galil, and a distinct lack of nades. 3 flashbangs and a smoke. They really need to go for an execute here or get lucky with a fast pick. Speaking of fast picks, there goes RPK.
And Existence, the no-nonsense approach, straight up there, diving in, able to take a quick bit of damage, get all the information for his team as well. And Titan, despite being down some players, they're getting the rotation on, and they do have a good opportunity to try to stop this. But here comes the grenades, and we will get Fnatic barreling down into the bomb site. Existence needs a big result, and he cannot find it. It's on Maniac now to do the impossible, as he's looking down the barrel of his gun into 3 or 4 players. And it's just Shox. He's just... he doesn't want any part of this. So Fnatic able to flip the tables onto their opponents now.
When I was in Japan, Dan, there was actually a game where the object of the game was to flip the table. Quite literally. It had a table on top, and you would flip the plastic table up, and then it would have a video reaction. Nice. Like an angry worker. True story. Well, Shox will do what he can to save. You can see Flusher is creeping in his direction. Shox holds on for now, but again, he's got somebody on his 6. Classic Shox nades. You see those a lot towards apps on Inferno as well. And he just about gets away with his weapon. So let's see what kind of buy Titan have here. Again, they're going to be playing within their limits, with not much, if anything, left in the bank. RPKs seem to be leaving with 1300, so opting just for the 5/7 full nades and so on. Could maybe go for an extra kit here. unless that money has a higher purpose in future rounds. So we can see Titan have changed things up towards the A site. This time they've got 2 people in the mid area or underpass, whichever you prefer. Got the pop flashes coming in. Smith's going to push with that. There's a counter flash almost from the T side. Going to make it to the box. So both teams in position. No frags just yet. We might have a challenge towards the underpass soon. I think from Flusher with a UMP.
So they are trying to go and get themselves those usual aggressions down B platform with Olofmeister. It's not going to pan out. RPK is going to be able to take down JW as well. So Titans seem very proficient in denying control of the drop zone and B plat, to be honest. It's actually worked out so many times for them. That said, we are going to get some frags back here, and a nice sneaky one in the back there from Flusher with that UMP. So they're making do with very little, and they have evened up the score. But Titan, they have a decent formation at the moment. The only issue is that, oh, well, to be honest, actually, the only issue is for Fnatic. They don't have any grenades here, so they can't really easily deny entrance from Titan back into the A bomb site. So Titan really have a good chance to take this back.
20 seconds left for Fnatic to try and cross all these lines of fire. There goes the bomb, which means the rotation from existence. Can he get there in time? Close is Pronax, down goes Shocks. They still need to plant the bomb though. Do Fnatic, 7 seconds remaining. You can see the angle is covered there. Nice peek from existence, and a re-peek to find a frag onto Pronax. Down to just a few pixels of health now. But Flusher's Glock will be enough to finish the job.
Yeah, Shocks didn't really seem all that warmed up in that situation. Was expecting him to get that first kill much more quickly, and had he done that, he would have been able to get better positioning close to the APC, and then Flusher would have been in a lot of trouble. So a little bit of sloppiness there from Shocks, and that's going to definitely be very, very tough for Titan now, considering that they are back onto the eco. So Fnatic, 5 rounds to the 2 of Titan, and it only looks like it's going to get worse from this point on. Now, we'll have to see whether or not Titan can bounce back. They've had, I mean, on their buy rounds, it's looked pretty good. You can't really say that there's something that they're doing really poorly, generally speaking.
No, just going one way or another. I'm sure everyone will enjoy that comment. So, Smiths, will he dare go through the smoke? Indeed, looks like he will, but he's going to get caught before he makes it to the other side. Crimson, Olofmeister and Flusher coming in to wipe out the Titan side. Only Maniac remains. Again, they didn't have much to begin with, and again the Glock finishes the round. JW's one of the few AWPers who will peek drop zone with an AWP. It makes sense to a degree, but it's I think you have to be a certain type of AWPer to pull it off, and obviously it does come with its inherent risks.
Doing sort of entry movements with the AWP is sort of his specialty. And, well, Titan back onto the rifle setup. Again, previously we saw them with their first buy round actually taking it with just rifles, but you can already see that after 20 seconds into the round, almost all of their grenades are depleted. There's only 3 remaining. So it's going to be very difficult for Titan to actually prevent Fnatic getting onto bomb sites. So instead they're bringing the fight to Fnatic, and that's not going to be too good this time around, as we'll see Shocks falling by the A-long area, meaning that now it's a very up for grabs A bomb site. RPK is trying to dive in, but he's been spotted. He's been tagged down to 14 HP, and where are his teammates? He needs some support, but he's not going to get it in time. Existence will be there, but he is far away, trapped behind the smoke, and Titan will be forced to save.
So Titan losing a lot of rounds on the CT side so far. It is possible to make a good comeback on the T side, but they need to get more rounds on their CT. Need a bigger base camp to try and climb the mountain. Saving an AK and an M4 would be nice here. They are very spread out indeed, which is also a good consideration. If one is found, the other won't necessarily be, and the death of one may draw the rest of the team to that direction, like the smell of food. Terrorists win. Smiths will survive. So they've got all of one gun here, and about an average of $3,000 on the team. So it's they're in dire straits at the moment.
Yeah, it's not really looking too fantastic, to be honest. It was pretty amazing for Fnatic, just waltzing into A long, just taking down Shock straight away, and as I mentioned earlier, Shox hasn't looked super on point today. Maybe he's not very warm, or just missing a few shots here or there. He's definitely one of the players you look to on Titan to be one of the most consistent or highest skill players. So that's unfortunate for them. And we can see in the A pushes that sort of thing is stopping Fnatic. And there it is, JW using the AWP as a shotgun. And now switching for the rifle and keeping the pace on high, moving straight forwards through onto the bomb site, and he's going to find both of the remaining players by the boulder. That boulder is so annoying, to be honest. So annoying. But we will have the end of the round pretty much. I'm not sure what this is. This is a bit weird.
Shox is having an out-of-body experience, Dad.
This is really, really, really weird.
Is he? This is interesting. Oh, because Maniac. It's Maniac and Shox. He's carrying the cadaver of his fallen comrade.
Is it because there's like a bug and Maniac's specking Shox or something, and it's like, I don't know. I don't even want to guess.
That is the most unique bug I have seen on GoTV in recent memory. That is really so weird. So weird. Well, we'll see if Shox can save this gun and his Kevlar and his 5-7. I don't even know what to say. It's like he's got a dull friend who is just kind of dragging around with him on the streets of cobblestone.
So ridiculous.
Well, let's see what kind of buy Titan have this time. Shox gonna drop the AWP. Actually, no, he's gonna drop a rifle and pick up the AWP once more. So Shox is AWPing on this map instead of Smiths. I wonder if that goes further than this map. If Shox prefers to breed, I mean, we often see him AWPing on Dust 2 when he's feeling it as well. So I wonder if Smiths is an overall primary AWPer, or how it works, or does it depend on the side as well?
Well, it makes sense. I mean, Shox, he's playing A quite a lot. He's just been rifling there so far, but that's not really been working out too well for him. And it is a nice mix-up to play an AWP in that position. And Fnatic, I think they've realized as well that they can get a lot more success, generally speaking, from taking just map control and seeing what happens. And invariably, they've been just picking up the kills towards the A side of the map, so that then allows them to make a really easy call and just say, well, let's just keep pushing and let's just keep pressuring. And usually, Fnatic will have Olafmeister, who's by the drop as well, so he's always causing pressure and causing obscurity for the opponent team, so that's going to delay their rotation a little bit. And generally speaking, it's just a good situation for Fnatic. If Shox could get aggressive, if he could actually... It's hard to do it against Fnatic because they're so strong. It's just generally speaking, understanding what's possible and how to deal with it. So fast timings, how do we deal with that? How do we not lose against fast timings? Because, for example, if you've played enough games against the old flip side lineup where Simple's playing, you've pretty much experienced every single way an AWP can attack you from the CT side, pretty much on the A side of the map. So Fnatic have all the experience to work for them as well. But yeah, so I'm curious whether Shox will just play kind of semi-passive, if they would instead decide to put more players towards B and just have Shox do more of a lone hero role, or how they all manage this one. But it's nice to see that they're trying to change it up.
Alrighty then. 5 seconds remain before we go into the start of round 11. 8-2. Our Unicoins looking good for the time being, but how long will that last? Only time will tell. Titan with another opportunity to get back to winning ways here. See if they can do it. Fnatic now with 2 AWPs. One of them has gone. SJW taken down by Shox immediately, but Olaf has another one. So 2 AWPs, 2 double AWP on the T side of Cobble. Definitely a very different way to mix things up. And now that JW has been taken out, Titan might not even realize that there were 2 AWPs to start with, depending on if it fell into drop zone or not. Which it likely didn't, depending on how JW was speaking.
Yeah, and that three-man pressure towards the A side of the map is actually quite a cool variation as to what we were talking about. Instead of having just 2 people play aggressively, or even or maybe even 1 or something, they decided to just really just gamble a little bit in that Fnatic aren't going to be having a rush timing towards B, that they don't need players in the early timings of the rounds towards B, so that they can strengthen their initial A defenses when it comes to preventing Fnatic map control. And that's exactly what happened. Now Fnatic, they're not really comfortable in going for this. They left one guy there, Flusher. Will Flusher get the kill? No, he won't. So now Fnatic, they have to go for B, and Titan know that they have to go for B. So full rotation from Titan, it looks like they should be pretty good here.
Yep, they're going to get onto the site, or around this at least, before Fnatic go for a full breach. Smith's coming in to take down Crims at the back. Existence going to follow up with Pronax. Olafmeister going to do what damage he can. He'll take down RPK along the way. But 3 Titan players will survive. So it's still a relatively expensive round for Titan, but could have been a lot worse. More importantly, they are back to winning ways. And now it's the Titan side that will go for the double AWPs. Shox and Smiths going to join forces there with the big green guns. We'll see their positioning. I think we're going to have Smiths going over towards the B-bomb site, and Shox is going to have a peek towards Underpass. But Fnatic are all headed over towards B, it seems. Could this be a fast one, Dan?
It does look like a very fast one indeed. They're not messing around. Nobody hanging back. Now, will Titan try to push the flank, or will they just push players back in towards connector? Looks like they're just playing it chill at the moment. There's no flanking coming in. They're not reading too much into this. And that's a smart way, a consistent way to approach this. But here we go. First contact from Smith, perhaps, as he goes for the angle. Will spot one player. Now Existence is there on the angle below to try to support. Can he get Smith out of the position? He can't. Pronax will, and JW will be able to get the 2 frags that will allow entry into the bomb site. So Fnatic now looking pretty damn strong. Existence, though, he's still lurking. He's waiting for his time to strike. He'll gun down both players. That's the bomber down as well. That's going to buy key seconds for Shox on the rotation. He's got himself through the doors, and now he's just got to hit the shots, and he's been spotted. Crims gets the bomb down. This is a hard situation for Shox. He's going to go in with the 5-7, going close, going personal, but Crims is going to take him down and claim his AWP. And another round for Fnatic.
I have to give credit to that 2-man spray down from Existence without taking a breath. That was quite nice, and it shows you the virtues of practice, practice, practice. Wasn't enough, unfortunately. Fnatic extend their round lead to 6, and we will continue with 2 AWPs, but it'll only be 1 on either side. Existence maybe looking for something, but his teammates have left him high and dry. Ah, the Mag 7 has been dropped. We'll have Maniac and RPK going with the 5-7s. Early engagements with Smiths and Shox, they will both prove victorious, which is important for them. Let's see if they can pick up some guns for their teammates. Pronax holding an angle now on the underpass. 3 Fnatic players, quite spread out as well, so it's going to be difficult for them to trade. I think Crims is coming to join Pronax now, so that will help them somewhat, but they don't even have the numbers to trade at the moment. You saw, I think it was Maniac playing on the B-bomb site in the previous round, quite exposed, and was likely to be traded in that situation if Fnatic made it past his teammate close to the smoke. But here we go. The remaining Fnatic players all joining up, but they're greeted by a Mag 7. $900 per kill. Show me the money, says RPK. I wish I could say that in French.
You should learn.
I should learn.
Speak some French, no? No?
Nice, Dan. I see what you did there.
Would it be tu parles français? Or is... Yeah, parler, yeah, that's French. It's parler.
Parlay.
In Italian.
Or it's American if you watch The Wire. We need to go and have a parlay. Double AWPs again for Titan. Still a number of rounds behind, but getting a few more on the board, which will definitely help. Otherwise, they would have been in a near impossible situation back when they had the 2 rounds, but they've since doubled their score. 9-6 is possible here. You can see Pronax reduced to just a CZ with no helmet. So you can see Fnatic starting to hurt. Smiths through the smoke. We've seen his smoke punishing T's today and yesterday. It continues, but for how long? Will Smith be traded? Or will his teammates save him? No. Existence will finally get the trade back onto Pronax, but Smiths is already gone. 4 versus 3. And Fnatic could still be committed to the B-bomb site here. And unbeknownst to them, they are stuck because the flank is coming in from Shox.
Here we go, Shox with that flank is doing devastating damage. He stopped the push single-handedly. And there you go.
4 players surviving.
Or 1 round, I guess. So 9-5, Titan actually bringing it back a few rounds, and now Fnatic don't need money, so they could get the 9-6. And to be honest, it was 8-2 very recently. So, by the way, parlay is a different word that they use in the Wire. To parlay is to speak.
But it's French.
2 different words. I know they're both French, but 2 different. They mean 2 different things.
Well, Fnatic going for a different approach here. A fast play, going to use those close quarter CZs with the path that they're taking towards the A bomb site. You can see going down B would have been a bit suicidal. The flanks coming in from Titan. They have a read on the situation already, but they've got to push through smokes if they want to defend this site. They've lost 2 players already at the CT side. Make that 3. Again, these close quarters engagements working out very well for Fnatic. Olafmeister's picked up an M4 to boot.
This is kind of crazy. That pace was blinding there. They're straight into the bombs. Like, oh no! Smith gets the kill just before Crohn's can finish, punching in the last digit on the code there to arm the bomb. So now there is 50 seconds at the very least for Olofmeister to try to clutch it. But that bomb's down on the bomb site. So that's going to be Titan in command of the situation. And here we go. Olofmeister, I think he's been spotted now as well. So he'll try to pick up the bomb, and Titan just going to wait for that plant sound. And that said, Shox is incredibly far away. Didn't they see him? And didn't they see the bomb?
They clearly don't have a read on the situation.
Yeah.
Because, or maybe they do now. No, Shox seems to be peeking over towards B, but I assume Smith's heard the sound cue there.
They must not have realised that they dropped the bomber.
Well, here we go. Smith will be waiting for Shox to come in so they can go for the 2v1. They can try and trade, use these numbers as well as they can. Olofmeister is in a good position to give himself a 1 versus 1. But he's going to get taken down by Smith. So 9-6 it will be. Titan making it a more respectable score. It was looking pretty bad in the early stages there, but late game of the first half, and the gap has been closed somewhat.
Yeah, they definitely turned it around completely. 9-6 is really respectable. Now, I mean, there is the argument that this map is, in some situations, is a bit T-sided. You know, it's pretty even these days. So they're still fighting from behind, of course, but they've definitely given themselves a better chance. Now they just have to make sure they win the pistol round. Now I'm curious how this is gonna pan out. We've got only one player just darting forwards there. I think it's who is that actually?
Flusher.
Is it Flusher? Yeah. So he spotted everything.
Darting forwards and now scurrying away because this push is not stopping from Titan.
And will Titan just keep going? Are they just going to go for the Angels, or are they going to try to double back and just play really sneaky? Looks like they're just going in right now, and everyone from Fnatic is showing up to defend the bomb site, so it's just a complete aim fest. I have no idea who's going to be on top at the end of this. Okay, that was a nice flick by Pronax. Very well done by Fnatic on the defense, and that is rather crippling. Titan, I imagine that they would bring out a force buy here. That's the only reasonable thing for them to do in this situation, but well, how many nades would they throw in there? Are they actually going to... Okay, yeah, there you go.
When you said all out aim duel, you made me think of FY Ice World, which is more of a spam duel with MP7s and MP9s, or whatever it was there. I can't even remember now. Anyway, 4-round lead for Fnatic, winning the all-important pistol on the second half, and that could be the push that takes them over the edge, but there are still 6 rounds for them to find here. So, still relatively early days, still easier said than done. What is the play here of Titan? You saw in Fnatic's force buy on that last round, they chose all the route to A, where they could have the closest engagements possible at all times, and they ended up going fairly well for them. So Titan looking to execute, but Flusher will be the executor on this occasion, carrying the bomb as well now. Pronax going to get the rotations in from the B bomb site, leaving only Shox with a Tech 9.
So no damage done on the force buy. That's going to mean that Fnatic will be much more comfortable moving into the following rounds. They won't be teetering on the edge of economic destruction. They will have to lose a couple of buy rounds in a row to be forced to an eco. So that's going to be really nice for them. Of course, you know, they have a really good opportunity now to build more bank in this round. Having got the previous one clean, they could very well get a clean round here as well. And quite a few players will be spotted over towards the middle side of the map. So Fnatic just have to play this one by the book, and they're going to be fine. Now, we were talking about in the pre-show about what to expect from Titan's buy rounds. Pressure's really going to be on in their first buy round, because they have a lot of work to catch up on when it comes to knocking down Fnatic's economy. So they really need to get a clean one in straight away. All that money.
Speaking of the MP9, it was TMP. Used to be the TMP and the Mac 10 used to be on the corners of FY Pool Day, so you could just try and get to the other side as fast as possible and just annihilate people.
I miss the TMP.
I do.
TMP was awesome.
I missed the whole game, but I do love this game as well. So Titan have now doubled the score of Fnatic now have doubled the score of Titan, continuing with the Mag 7s and the UMP, they won't be too concerned. Even if they were to lose this round because of the inferior weaponry, if they win the round after, then Titan's money will be completely screwed. And that could give Fnatic the opportunity to take it all the way. Pronax playing on the corner of the smoke, trades all over the map. Man advantage for Titan moving onto the side. Only one person to try and defend that. That's going to be Crims. He's going to get shot in the back while he's reloading by Existence. Existence will want to smoke off the door before the CT start to push through. But JW is playing it close and they may not have the opportunity. There goes the smoke, and that means this choke point is completely shut down unless Fnatic are feeling particularly suicidal.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, they were, you know, thinking, okay, this can be a throwaway. We haven't invested almost anything into this round. We're going to see a situation with them where they may actually have both these mags saved as well, on top of the fact that they should have the ability to buy 2 rounds before they have to eco. So I think, you know, they're feeling pretty comfortable. It was a nice idea from Titan to just try to abuse the fact that they realized that their opponents would stay on lackluster weaponry, so they would be able to abuse together that really nice vantage point with the AK-47s, where they really have a strong advantage. If they were to play towards A, they could get caught in all kinds of corners by the mags. Would have been a bit of a nightmare, but they kept it simple and clean, and it worked out nicely. Now would they do the same thing again?
So we saw double AWPs on the first half. Second half we're seeing double Mag 7s. Continuing here from Fnatic, JW and Crims. And it seems like they're both playing the drop zone, basically, with JW playing a B rotate, which is possible if he dances around, he smokes in the right direction. Titan going for a full push towards the B bomb site here. Immediately, Existence coming in, cleaning up Pronax, left completely isolated. And now, what do they do with these 2 Mag 7s? The T's are already advanced enough towards the B bomb site to make it a problem, but JW is JW after all, taking down RPK, traded by Smiths through the smoke. 2 Fnatic players trying to stop the bomb from being planted. Olofmeister getting a bit leery there, coming through the smoke, killing Existence, traded by Smiths. Again, the trade's going in the favour of the T's every single time, leaving only Crims, excuse me, versus 2, and he's only got the Mag 7. I say only, but if they continue to push this site, and he takes the right angle, their death may be swift.
Ooh, this could be massive. If Crims gets this kill, he will. Now he's got the AK, and he has a kit and a couple flashes. This is now a one-on-one where he can absolutely win this round. He's going to work out very quickly that the bomb is planted on the A bomb site. Of course, he can't know exactly where Smiths is going to be. That's the real advantage for Smiths. And we shall see if Crims will be up to the task with his reactions. It's all about those reactions right now on Crims.
So you can see him trying to use what little cover he has while he makes some noise and tries to phase out the aggressor, but there he is. That is Smiths. And that's a key round for Titan to win. Again, if they had lost that round, then their money would have been all over the place. Their loss bonus would have been reset, and Fnatic would have been on a chariot towards the banquet, Dan.
Well, the problem for Titan is that they're still not out of the potential nightmare, because they mostly have around $1,700 to $2,000. So if they lose this round here, they can buy, but it will be a terrible buy. So throwing it over, and oh good god, JW's going in straight away, gets the mag in with a frag, takes down another player through the smoke. RPK capitalizes on the tracer fire there to get the kill onto JW, but that's a really nice 1 for 2 there provided by JW. So, and that's right at the start of the round now as well. That's a little bit confusing to deal with. So Existence is frustrated.
It's the troll. Straight meat shots with the Mag 7. JW taking them to the butchers. CT's with a man advantage now, and RPK will hope he hasn't been detected, but doesn't matter because he's going to shoot Crims in the face, which is going to leave the player on the B bomb site, which I think is Pronax stuck. I think he's behind a chicken coop. Indeed he is. He has to play the information game for his team and stay alive as long as possible. RPK now just looking for various angles. Olofmeister going to get almost a free kill onto RPK. He was busy looking at the chicken coop. Man advantage for Fnatic. Bomb moving towards the A bomb site. Smiths is going to lose the angle. That's going to be in rotation from the other players. Olofmeister will finish things up after the bomb is lost.
Okay, so 13-8. And we'll have Titan in quite the predicament. Quite the predicament indeed. As I mentioned, you know, they're not on a lot of money, and they're deciding that they're going to go for the just going to force it up with grenades, Tech 9s. And it's not the end of the world. Again, if you have the place to back something like this up, the Tech 9s actually allow you to move and shoot better than most weapons. So if you're able to use them to that strength, they allow you to play a different kind of round to the AK. So it's not necessarily too horrendous if you have some good grenades to follow it up with. And that's what they're going for. Fast drop play. Now they're looking for these aggressions, these engagements, but it's Flusher who's going to get a multitude of kills, rather. 3 there.
Funneled straight into the blender, you might say.
Yeah, and the cool thing there is that Fnatic, who would normally play much closer to drop, they left it open. They let Titan funnel themselves into really, really easy spots for them to just spray them down. So you got to credit Fnatic's awareness of exactly how the rounds are going when it comes to Titan's money and the kinds of decisions they're going to make. So they saw that coming a mile away, and they capitalized. 14-8. Fnatic are looking like they were indeed the safe bet after all.
Well, we have this brief pause waiting for Maniac to reconnect. Just a reminder, guys, our next giveaway... Actually, Unicorn are doing a giveaway on their Twitter for a StatTrack Fauci and Fade Factory New as a celebration of their partnership with FACEIT and the beginning of Stage 3. So make sure you head over to the Unicorn Twitter. I believe it's Unicorn Co. without an O in the Unicorn. And a K in there as well. FACEIT has retweeted it, so you can find the retweet over at our Twitter account. But at 650k followers, we will be giving away a Medusa AWP, an Icarus Fell M4A4, and there'll be an open raffle for an M4A4 Poseidon. So if you like gods and monsters, hit the follow button.
And hopefully if you like Counter-Strike as well. Here we go. We got the next round playing out for Titan. Previous round was a forced buy that was read pretty well by Fnatic. Fnatic going to expect the same kind of approach. Well, we do have a push. Who is that? That's the Olofmeister. He's just going straight up middle there. He's in the smoke. He's going to pop flash himself out. This is madness. He'll spot. RPK's got a grenade in his hand, but Smith is fast on the trade. So that play really didn't... I mean, it gave a little bit of info there for Fnatic, but that 1-for-1 was not really optimal. And now Maniac's going to be dropping again with the no Steam logon. Oh dear.
Yeah, I think someone needs to reboot their intertubes. See if his team can hang on while he suffers these problems. Smiths and Shocks remain. Smiths with all of 4 HP. And that kick in the teeth there might be what just takes Fnatic over the line. Shocks only one standing. Isn't in a position to clutch though. These two CTs are in position to flank, but not position to trade. See if Shocks can capitalize on that while he still has time. And there we go. The trade comes in from the CTs, and Fnatic move to match point.
Yeah, Fnatic never really looked in trouble, did they? I mean, okay, there was a 9-6. And, wait, who won the pistol round? Did Fnatic win the pistol round as well?
They won the second half pistol round. The first half, they also won, yes.
Yeah, they were, okay, so they won both pistols as well, so... Yeah, that's not very nice for Titan, but hey, we have the double AWP here for JW and Olofmeister of Fnatic. And they might not even see much play, considering that Prince was going for the spread on the drop zone. Although that said, he did get eliminated pretty fast. So Titan in with that fast pace, able to pick up multiple guns to aid their offensive work onto that B bomb site. It's actually panning out pretty well at the moment. They're 3 versus 2. They've got an AWP on Maniac. But here is Olofmeister creeping in. He's going to miss the shot. A key shot to hit as well. In sails the grenade. And he will get the kill with the AWP in the end. So it's all working out. Maniac's by that hut in the corner of that bomb site. What is he going to be able to do with this? He's missing shot after shot. He needs to connect something. How much more time is he going to get to do that? And he will pick up a hot shot onto Flusher, but that's still going to be the match. 16-8. And